apply. Now this is included in the coaching and mentorship packages.
Okay.
Is that on?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
How we're using AI to help our clients.
Okay. Now, unless you're hiding under a rock, AI is a big topic.
Yes.
Whether you're in business, whether day to day, whether you're in property, it is something that is taking over, and there are lots of negative things about AI.
Yeah.
But there are also lots of positive things. So today we wanted to talk to you about how you can use AI when it comes to property in a positive way. There are lots of different benefits from using it, and an important thing to remember is that AI is a tool, it isn't a fix. You can use it alongside something, but it's always important to make sure that you have human intervention, you check in, and you fact check things. But it can be really beneficial, especially with laying out things like plans and structures, especially if you like to be very organised. But today we want to talk about our AI bot that we have created.
Our very own creation, yes.
You need to introduce the episode now.
Welcome to Property Legacy Podcast. My name is Steve. I'm the host, and this is Alice, my daughter, the other host. So, what we're talking about today is AI and how it can help you, also how it can hinder you, and how you need to keep on top of it to make sure it's giving you the right results and not just all the fake news out there. You have to fact check everything that you do these days.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the bot that you've created.
Yeah, so I generated a AI property advisor so that all of our clients can use this 24/7. So it doesn't matter whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or it's on a Sunday or during the week. You can ask questions about property investing. You can get help with analysing deals. It will even help you find properties for what you want to do. And it will also quantify things like confirm comparables with other properties in the area, what it thinks the rental amount will be, all the financial side, so it can quickly calculate all the financials for you. But it's just a tool. It is something that you do need to check, and it's something that you do need to then clarify, especially legal and financial stuff, with the proper professionals that you have in your team to help you.
And what exactly can this AI bot do?
Effectively, it can answer more or less any question you've got about property. So if you're just interested in property, you can ask, what's the best way to invest in property when I've only got £5,000, or I've only got £50,000, or I'm trying to invest in this area, I'm interested in doing buy-to-lets or flips, can you help me analyse in the area? Or the easiest thing is just get the link off Rightmove on the property you like and ask it to analyse it and to tell you whether it's going to be good, bad, for what you want to do.
And the more that you speak to this AI bot, the more it learns about you and the way that you work, and potentially the company that you might have, or any other properties or any work that you've done. So one thing that we would always say with any AI bot is, don't just start from scratch, give it the information. So whether it is the first thing you do with that bot is introduce yourself to it, tell it as much as you can about you, about your business, about your reason for doing property, what the goal is, whether it's monetary, whether it's long-term, short-term. We all do things for different reasons. So it's really important, if you are asking if you're asking something, a question, the more it knows about you, the better informed it can be with giving you a really good response as well. So when it comes to AI, it's all about what you feed it first. If you give it a really basic prompt, it's going to give you a really generic basic answer. And that's something, especially with the rise of AI and bots and things like that, they are incredible as long as you know what information that you need to give it at the start.
Yeah, so if you start off a conversation, there's no point starting another conversation with a different deal and another conversation with a different deal. Just have one conversation that's going on and on and on down the page. That way it can remember everything in that conversation. So if you tell it, I've got £50,000 to invest and I want to look at properties in this area, it will remember that. And then it can help you further down the line. If you do a new conversation, it'll ask you again, are you a beginner? What kind of are you trying to achieve? What kind of things are you interested in? So keep one conversation, keep using it over and over again. It doesn't matter how many deals you analyze with it or how many questions you ask. It'll remember all that information and create a picture of what you're trying to achieve. And it is a conversation. So even if it comes out with all the financials, ask questions about the financials and so that you understand every line of that. And also ask, are you sure that stamp duty should be 5% or 3% or 7%? Because what happens with AI is majority of AI in the world is 12 months out of date. So up until fairly recently, ChatGPT didn't know who the Prime Minister was because we had a general election, and it didn't know that until it caught up 12 months, after 12 months. So we utilize systems within our bot to look at up-to-date information on the internet, but you still need to check it because there could be scenarios where it doesn't get 100% correct because it's looking at something that was written on February and then regulations changed on April the 1st, or that type of thing. So you just need to be wary of it, but it's a really good tool to use.
And as well, if you ask it a question, and it gives you an answer, you can ask it to expand on that answer, or you can ask it to tell you an answer in a way. If it's giving you lots of jargon that you don't understand, you can ask it to simplify it. You can ask it to, explain what the keywords are that potentially are quite difficult to understand. It's all about, again, it's a conversation. But why in particular did you want to create this bot for your community of people?
So in my community, I work with brand new investors that want to learn how to do it. I work with landlords that have been doing it many years but want to learn the new strategies and new things. But I'm not always available. I do have to sleep now and again, even though I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But it's that type of thing. We work with people like this. We're talking to a guy that works on the rigs. We're talking to people that work night shifts. So they're going to be up at different times. So I created this tool so that people could use it to kind of simplify the system, but also they can ask those questions that they would normally ask me at 3 o'clock in the morning and get an answer at that time as well, so that they can move on rather than sending an email or sending a text and not getting an answer until a day later.
Yeah, and what's been the benefit so far from the people that have used it?
So we literally gave it to one client or one couple, and they used it quite extensively. I basically told them to try and break it, try and find its weaknesses, and it worked really well for them. It'll help them write investor packs, it helped them analyze deals, it helped them clarify what a purchase lease option is. It allowed them to do so many things, so that it got to the point where they were really happy with it, and all the information, all the things they were telling me was really positive. I then rolled it out to the people that are on my courses, and since then everybody's got really good things to say about it, and it just cuts down the amount of communication with me and the amount of time waiting for those answers.
Yeah.
I've been using it myself. For instance, tomorrow I've got a client who's travelling up from Manchester to look at properties in Blackpool, and so we put the spreadsheet in with all the information of where we're going, what we're doing, helped to analyse the deals, but it also even came up with a route plan to go from each viewing from time to time, and an itemised list, and knowing exactly, reminding the client to wear something comfortable, to have a notepad and a phone, and all these kind of things that it just did for us, and then it allowed us to print that out as a PDF. It allowed us to create spreadsheets. It allowed us to do all kinds of things that it just did, and it just kept asking questions. Would you like this in a PDF? Would you like this in a spreadsheet? Would you like this? So it just kept giving and giving and giving, and it just simplifies things really.
And how can you see AI developing in the next few years when it comes to property?
So with property, it's, to be honest, it's already changing now. So people are coming up with AI solutions that will help you look at a property. So say it's an old building, 3-story building, and you want to convert it into apartments. It will actually help you come up with a design, a rough design of how many units you can have within the regulations, and how it would be designed and how it would be laid out, so that when you go to your architect, most of the stuff is there, and the architect can then just do the fine tweaking and making sure that it's all up and running. That is, I saw NASA that we interviewed at Christmas. I saw his develop app nearly a year ago now, so that's well on its way. And personally, I'm working with Salford University in September on a different app that will expand the bot we have into a more fulfilled app that would be able to look at things with the correct information now, not sometimes 12 months ago. And these things are developing daily. And as soon as people get into these things and realise that they can sell a bot, or realise that it can give this to people to do something, then there's a whole industry just around bots and AI agencies.
And one thing that I think is important to mention is there are lots of people out there that are scared of using AI, that, you may have heard other people's experiences, or it can be one of these things that we think is just going to be a trend. AI isn't going anywhere.
No.
It really is that learning to use it. It can be a massive benefit. As we've said, it's a fantastic tool. It's not a full answer to something, but as it develops over time, it's never going to take the place of humans and human interaction and all of that. But if it can do stuff in the middle of the night, if it can do stuff whilst you're busy in a meeting or on a VIP day or filming a podcast with me, there's something that it can do as a benefit in the interim of helping people that we look after, helping if you've got clients or customers yourselves, or people that you're looking after. They can be fantastic for any type of business really, and anybody that's using them. If there's anything out there that can make a process simpler and save you time, it's not going to be going anywhere. If anything, they're going to be churning in as much as possible to make it as accessible for everybody as possible.
Yeah, for instance, our receptionist at our business is AI. So Heather doesn't exist. If you've ever spoken to her, she's very posh, but she'll put you through to us and ask you questions and put all your details into our CRM and all that kind of stuff. That's all AI, and you're talking to people that you think are human beings, but they're not.
Okay, so what are we referencing to now about?
So now it's just so it can be a case of how do you get access into the AI? And at the moment, it's just for people on coaching courses.
So how can people get access to our AI bot?
So at the moment, while we keep it close to our clients, it's only available to people that are on our coaching and mentorship packages. So this doesn't mean that you have to spend an absolute fortune. Our coaching packages start from about £1,800 and go upwards from there, but you'd still get the AI bot for that, and that's for a whole year. So it's not much more than £100, but you get me working with you as well, and you get our Q&A sessions, you get our group coaching sessions, you get our high impact video course. There's so many things you get within that community, and as we keep building things and finding new ways of using AI, you will get those down the line as well.
Yeah, it's important, especially with people that are inside the coaching program. Whatever resources we create, they are the first type of people that get to try them out. They're like
they're not guinea pigs.
Little test dummies, guinea pigs. That's exactly what they are. But it's great because it means that we can create something, and before putting it out there to the world, we check that it's all working. We check that, if there's anything that needs fixing. And that's a really important thing about us growing a community as well, a community of people that we work with and we support, because you get first eyes on things like this, which is going to revolutionise the way that you work in your businesses and your property journey. So we're excited to see where it goes with the bot, and excited to get some more feedback from people that are going to be starting to use it on their day-to-day activities, really. And then I would close by saying, if you've got any more questions around AI.
Yeah. But we've also got we do have a free membership.
Right. Okay.
So you can always say, even if you're not interested in the coaching, that we do have a free membership for you to get involved with.
Yeah. And if coaching isn't your thing just yet, we do have a free membership that you can get involved with. It's a really great first step to see Steve's coaching style, to get some access to other resources that we have, and to be part of a community. So all the details you'll be able to find down below, or if you head to propertylegacypodcast.co.uk and head to our services page, everything will be there for you too. Right, you're closing it out now.
So that's it for today. Thank you for listening or watching, depending on where you get access to us. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time, all being well, as long as we make sure we give time to record some more podcasts. But we'll be back, and we'll see you soon.
You need to plug in right ones. You haven't said anything about where they can find us.
Oh yeah, you can find us on www.propertylegacypodcast.co.uk and Spotify and Apple podcasts. Also, we're going Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Well, you might already be watching us on YouTube, but we're here as well. And you can get our information all over. At this moment in time as well, every month we will be physically networking at our network event in Worsley. We will have a Blackpool event as well each month, and now that we sponsor the Bay Property Network, you'll see us there as well.
Thank you for listening.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go. Sorted, 20 to 4.